Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, not that big of an update, but still very interesting. And let's start off by reading this article. It is really in Ripple's best interest to behave because. And even though we have covered this article before, there's a couple of points I want to make clear to every single XRP holder because I still get a lot of questions about this. 1. Ripple does not control all the XRP out there. Common misconception, but it's just not true. Second of all, Ripple's XRP that is locked up, they cannot just dump on the market, nor is it open for them to just sell. And yes, guys, the XRP community could decide to burn the entire stash, but two things are important to know about that. One, it wouldn't be that good for the price because we've seen the airdrops with Stellar. It does do a little bit of a scarcity effect, but really not that much. It's mostly just taking away use case, and the second part really is that the use case just falls away. One of the main proponents of Ripple is to build a use case for XRP that not necessarily is going to increase the price, but just increase the utility so that it may also increase in price because it can be used and people just want to have it more. So it's kind of an indirect cause. Now, with that said, if you take all the XRP away from Ripple, all we have is this crypto XRP that still is on the XRP ledger with a ton of functionalities, but you're taking a good part of the expansion of the XRP ledger away. And I personally would not say that that's a good thing. Now, make sure you understand that Ripple will not do any malicious intent or any malicious stuff with the XRP. First of all, it's an established company, so obviously not. There's some key members of the United States inside that company, so just some really shady stuff ain't gonna happen. Again, that's just my own thoughts though. And second of all, it's just not in their best interest because if people were to sell their XRP because of something bad they did or anything bad were to happen, which people will know really quickly, the crypto would just crumble. And it's not in their best interest because they can make a lot more by just expanding Ripple and doing it the proper way. Then also one thing you should understand is that you might be worried about the Ripple v SEC lawsuit. A lot of people are. Let me tell you two things. One, we have now shown with all the info over the last couple of weeks that first of all, the SEC hasn't really made proper rules, not even for Ethereum. You might have thought Ethereum was safe. Well, think again, because the SEC just described in one of their recent letters that that's not really the case. William Hinman came forward and explained that even now, the SEC hasn't got a proper ruling on Ethereum. And second of all, obviously, they said they are supposed to protect the US investors, yet if you look at the SEC building right here, you can still see that a couple of people just showed up to explain how if this entire situation is going on with XRP, and this are just normal market participants and investors, there's two things. One, these guys couldn't have known that it was security from the get-go because, well, how could they? And second of all, if you're really protecting them, then why are they protesting against you? And why do so many people have a conflict of interest problem with Jay Clayton? And why is it never addressed within the SEC? Well, my point being, there are so many problems on the attacker. I'm not sure what the opposite of defender in this case is in a lawsuit. I'm not a native English speaker. The prosecutor, is that the word? Just the attackers, the SEC. There's so many parts wrong in everything that they're doing right now that I take that even though it doesn't take all the pressure off, it takes a big part of the pressure off of Ripple. Just that there's so many flaws with the SEC. Had they been in a perfect condition, some perfect allegations, just a good story, I wouldn't be here with you today to explain it in the same fashion I'm doing right now. But just because the SEC has so many strange parts in that, it all just doesn't make any sense. I firmly believe Ripple will win this, and that's also why I'm so freaking excited about it and still holding through because I think the risk to reward is beautiful. One thing that I actually haven't pointed out is a little bit of an uptrend on the XRP to Bitcoin pair. It's not that apparent, it's not that big a deal, but over the last couple of days though, since the 23rd, it's actually been looking good, even though people were extremely bearish on it a little while ago. It's bottomed out. A lot of people are making articles that it's bottomed out. Look at this one. XRP price prediction, Ripple range bound spotlights opportunity for swing traders. XRP price negotiates a rebound from the intersection of the 50 weekly SMA with a key Fibonacci level. Ripple encounters heavy resistance at about 65 cents, a level fortified by the May low and earlier weekly peaks. the daily RSI does stem the first oversold condition since the December 2020 crash. And point being, right now, in my own opinion, there's a lot of good opportunities to just keep buying these dips. Right here is what they're saying is, moving forward, XRP may choose to trade between the 50 weekly SMA at 54 cents and the resistance at around 74. It would grant ideal trading conditions for swing traders due to bulking support and resistance levels and the resulting 30% profit opportunities that lie between. Now, I wouldn't say go try to swing all of this. I would say focus on Bitcoin's moves. And one thing we can kind of do right now is if we see Bitcoin bouncing from a key area, or we can kind of see the trend as which we're seeing right now where altcoins do better than Bitcoin does, it could be a lot of positive stuff for recovery. And I would always say, if you're trying to buy recovery, buy altcoins because they gain more. But one of the things I also saw people say was, no, Bitcoin right now is in a range between about 31,000 and 34,000. So right now, theoretically speaking, we should sell altcoins, and then right here again try to buy back because there's a higher probability of that working than not working. You do you. I'm not attempting that. But most things in the community right now are looking for, or most people in the community are looking now for the double bottom here on the Bitcoin chart to just kind of bounce back up from here and start working. But so many different opinions, so many things which we can say. All we can know for right now is the last couple of days since the 26th here have been good. Even the 22nd here for XRP, it has just been good. We're doing good versus Bitcoin right now. We're performing a little bit better. But I'm just hoping for the best. I'm just really hoping for the best. Then Bitfinex shorts crumble. Bears capitulate after Bitcoin holds above 30K. So $700 million in Bitfinex shorts were quickly closed after Bitcoin price bounced at 30,500, leading traders to speculate whether bears have given up. One key factor I would say in all of this, of course, is the weekly close for both of these crypto. Of course, on the XRP pair, it's a little bit less bullish than you might hope for, that you might bargain for. It's not that amazing, but it kind of is. Why? Well, we are actually, as I would kind of call it, not as far down as I would have imagined. Right now, we can kind of see this little area here as acting as a support. Like you can see this little point right here where the weekly opened on the 5th of April at about 61 cents or so. Quickly see exactly what it was. The open is about 61.9 cents. That's actually right here acting as a little bit of a support too. As you can see, the close was about 64 cents or so, but you can see kind of how close is getting to all of that. And that's actually funny because it's coinciding with all of these points we've seen over the last couple of weeks since about November 2020. And actually a couple of times all the way back in 2017-18 too. It's just been an important level for XRP. And so the fact that we're just bouncing off of that is really, really nice to see, in my opinion. It just does people a lot of good. And at first it was looking a lot more negative, but it turned around over the last couple of hours to kind of become positive. For Bitcoin, it really didn't make any dent whatsoever. It is still holding itself quite nicely, and Bitcoin as of this point, on a weekly perspective, is actually still above its 50 EMA as well. It keeps retesting below, as you can clearly see, but it's still closing above that. So even though we've closed below the 21 weekly EMA for Bitcoin a long while ago, at about $45,000, we are still above the 50 weekly EMA, and I believe we are above, the normal 50 EMA too. Let's quickly check where's the 200. Here, all the way down below. The 200 we're not close to, though. It's about $16,500, $17,000. We aren't really getting that one at all. That's, I guess that one is all good. For Bitcoin, though, if you kind of zoom out, it's still looking extremely positive. So really not too sad about all that. You might say, oh, this is a big peak. Well, might happen in the same way as you saw in 2019. You could actually say that the bull run started here, right? And it's just kind of an extended bull run. It just really depends on your view of things, but things I think are still looking good. Then talking about one altcoin that I love, you guys know it, Polygon MATIC announces launch of new blockchain project Avail. We don't have to go too far into it, but it's just cool to sometimes see how some of these cryptos which we hold are just expanding, even though you don't see them covered in mainstream news. The press releases are on fire today, as Polygon has announcements firing out left and right. The platform has announced Avail, described as a robust, general-purpose, scalable data availability layer. Additionally, the platform announced the launch of the yield aggregator Pickle.finance, and I'm not really the yield aggregator type of guy, but I would say that the robust, general-purpose, scalable data availability layer does sound quite nice to me, even though it's quite elaborate. I do enjoy it. Avail reduces the problem of block verification to data availability verification so that a block with consensus is only valid if the data behind the block is available. Avail looks to take a unique approach, one that will likely be incorporated in Ethereum 2.0, leveraging data availability checks. And I think that's pretty cool, so I'm excited about that. Then prominent analyst details huge upside target for XRP, says crypto asset may be bottoming out against Bitcoin. From that perspective, I also like whatever they have to say right here. So let's quickly check it out here. Credible Crypto told his 220,000 followers that he believes XRP could be bottoming out against Bitcoin. Well, I mean, if you look at the chart right now, you can see it does kind of look like that, right? We made a good bottom right now. We actually retested it with a little bit of a strange candle, but we were just bouncing and doing quite proper, which is something we haven't seen in a little while. Since May 23rd, we haven't seen such a big dip, big bottom. So things could be going good. Things could be going good. Robert Kiyosaki backs Bitcoin as biggest crash in world history is coming. He's actually talking mostly about the stock market. He did say crypto can go, or Bitcoin can go to about 24,000 because he'll buy at around that area. But he's talking about a big crash in the traditional markets, not necessarily for crypto. And it's a good time to get crypto. He says the best time to get rich is during a crash. So a lot of people are making this a little bit funny by putting a big crash coming to Bitcoin, stuff like that. No. He's talking about the big crashes coming to the markets, just the world in general. And buying crypto could be a good way out because buying the crash is a good way to get rich. And then about VeChain, just one little tweet here from the founder. What VeChain is offering are answers to different level of developers. Guys, make sure if you haven't ever thought about VeChain that you give it a little second to kind of look through it and read through what exactly it is they do. I left it open for you guys right here, right now to just kind of quickly press on pause and read through. Level 0, public blockchain tech, open source, so you can build whatever you want to build with loads of cool features like MPP, MTT, controllable transaction life cycles, transaction dependency, and etc. Level 1, VeChain BaaS, blockchain as a service, enterprise level developers and professional team who can keep blockchain work as a service but just use it with dedicated APIs. And you can choose existing smart contracts or ask for a dedicated one or you only. And level 2, VeChain PaaS, developers who are focused on front-end business logic and look forward to have a low-code development environment to realize the new business process on the back end using blockchain. It will save lots of time and cost to start with blockchain. And then level 3, SaaS, business users with zero knowledge of technical development. We talked about this one because the SaaS is most likely the option that a lot of these companies would get that don't know anything about crypto, don't know anything about developing, and just want to get in making money and making their processes more efficient. You can directly use digital products built on VeChain blockchain and which are coming from your partners like DNV, PwC, and etc. with their business expertise to solve the real issue. So, guys, it's really crazy. I've explained that a couple of times before right now. VeChain, one of my most top projects, definitely one of the coins I keep buying. And yeah, hopefully you guys are excited about that one too. If you have any crypto you want me to cover, let me know in the comments down below. I'll look into it. And that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it.